Hey guys, how's it going? It is JTJudgment here as always, and welcome back to the channel today for some more FIFA 17 content. And today I'm going to be bringing you guys a legend review on the 88 rated striker Andriy Shevchenko. But before I get into it guys, I want to give a massive shout out and say a massive thank you to the boy that was nice enough to let me use his account to do this review. As always guys, like I have done in the past when I've borrowed players, if you head on over to the description down below this video, you'll find a link taking you to his account. If you went over, showed some support, said a massive thank you from me and yourselves guys, that would be absolutely insane. I would really appreciate it. Now then guys, getting into the Shevchenko review, I gotta start off by saying that Shevchenko has honestly been one of my favourite strikers throughout the, the Ultimate Team series where Shevchenko has been included in, which is pretty much all of the Ultimate Teams. I think he's been in since the start, obviously when Legends were introduced. He always surprised me guys, he always turned out to be a very reliable option. Let's get into my thoughts this year guys, and let's see if I think he's the same this year as well. So when it comes to stats guys, 87 attack positioning, 86 reactions and sprint speed, 82 composure, 90 on the free kicks as well as curve, 88 finishing and 89 shot power, just to name a few of his in-game stats guys. And you look at his stats on the card, he's got 84 pace as well as 84 dribbling, 87 shooting, very good stats there to have on a striker, 71 on the passing, 33 on the defending and 73 on the physical. Does seem to be lacking in the physical and passing area guys, but going off his stats, he definitely looks like he makes up for it with pace, dribbling and shooting. Now guys, when it comes to my final thoughts, I gotta tell you guys right now, I mean, comparing him to past Ultimate Team versions, I've got to say this year in FIFA 17 Ultimate Team is the worst Shevchenko version that I have used. There were like one or two games every now and again where I used him that made me think, wow, this card is actually pretty decent, but most of the games, I'd honestly say about 80% of the games that I did play, he just was so inconsistent. I could play one game and he just wouldn't get involved with the game. His pace wouldn't be great, his shooting would be off target all the time, and then I could go into another game and he would be involved all the time. He would be in the position that I wanted him to be in all the time. He would challenge goalkeepers from a distance, which is exactly what I like my strikers to do, especially if they have a good shooting stat like Shevchenko has, and I just didn't like that aspect of the card. The fact that I could play one game and he would be absolutely terrible, play another game, he'd be the best player I've ever used, so just something to keep in mind guys, because that's something that really did come into play when I was using him myself. So basically guys, the pluses that I did like, his pace was something that I liked on a constant basis. He always seemed to have good pace in the games for me. His dribbling was decent as well. Sprint dribbling is something that I found very effective with this card. His first touch and ball control in general is another thing. That's something that I didn't like, but we'll get onto that in just a second. And the last plus that I found with this card is his strength. He did seem like a player that took a lot to muscle him off the ball, and I think there's aspects of that shown in the goals that I have to show you guys in this video. So something definitely to keep in mind. If you're looking for a strong legend striker, then Shevchenko is somebody that has that box ticked. Now when it comes to his weaknesses, however guys, pretty much everything apart from the pluses that I have mentioned. His positioning for me was awful. He just seemed to be, like I said earlier on, very inconsistent. It's something that I found to be a very consistent inconsistency with this card. He just seemed to be out of position most of the time. There were times where he found himself in a decent position, don't get me wrong, but most of the time it was absolutely dreadful. Those high work rates guys really coming into play. He had a very unreliable weak foot for me as well. He did manage to score me one decent, a sort of long shot from like just at the edge of the box, but other than that, his left foot for me was absolutely dreadful. He's got 3-star skills as well guys. I've always said it comes down to personal preference there. If you're a skiller, then it's something that you need to think about. If you're somebody that doesn't necessarily use skills on a game-to-game basis and 3-star is okay with you, then obviously it's something that you don't really need to think about, Aerial ability for me was something that it was basically non-existent with this card. I think he managed to score one header for me. That is literally the only time Shevchenko attempted to win the ball in the air for me. The amount of times where he should have attempted to win the ball in the air for me and didn't do it was crazy guys. So aerial ability, if you're somebody that likes playing players with good aerial ability, especially your strikers, then that box is definitely not ticked with this card in my personal opinion. Passing for me was dreadful as well. He just seemed to be really bad in that area, just giving the ball away no matter what direction I pressed to pass the ball in, no matter how much power I put behind the pass. He just seemed to want to give the ball away all the freaking time, you know. Very, very, very frustrating aspect of this card. And his shooting for me wasn't the greatest. Very, very inconsistent there as well, which is a massive surprise considering his shooting stat is the best stat he has on the card. And his ball control for me wasn't the greatest. Like I said, his dribbling on the ball was okay when he had the ball at his feet. It wasn't that bad. But touching the ball down, just it didn't suit him, guys. You know, he always had a heavy touch, losing the ball freaking all the time due to that with this card, you know. Another part of this card that just frustrated the hell out of me, you know. Alright guys, so when it comes down to it, Andriy Shevchenko, the 88 rated card in FIFA 17 Ultimate Team, my personal opinion, is not worth it. I gotta say Shevchenko is not worth his current price. When I borrowed him, guys, I think he was around about the 400,000 coin mark, but obviously over the last few weeks with Team of the Year coming out, his price has probably come down quite a bit. But I gotta say there's plenty of other legends out there for you to try. I gotta say Shevchenko is not worth it, but that is just my personal opinions, guys. Don't forget these reviews are my opinion. If yours is different, that is perfectly okay. Let me know yours opinions in the comment section down below. That is what it's for. Share your opinions. I'd be very, very interested in hearing that. Smash the like button, guys, if you did enjoy and it did help you decide whether or not to go out and buy the player for yourself. That'd be greatly, greatly appreciated. And subscribe today for more content to come from myself very soon. And as always, guys, most importantly, please take care, and I will see you all next time. Ta-da, guys.